What's up, everybody? Dave here, and today I have the wonderful privilege of being able to record gameplay of Endless Legends' newest DLC, Tempest, which adds naval warfare, naval fortresses, and region control, and a bunch of other really cool stuff that I'm just itching to show you guys. I was lucky enough to actually be able to participate in the beta for around, I want to say maybe a half to a full month. I can't remember the exact date. I think it was I'm pretty sure it was a month. It was like from the beginning of September to the beginning of October. It's still going on, but only until this weekend. So I'm getting these videos out now, and I really hope you guys enjoy them. I know I am going to enjoy playing them a lot. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to make a new game, and we're going to play as the Morgawr. That's how you pronounce it, right? Morgawr, which is the new faction added to the game. Now, these guys, they're fucking insane. They, I guess they're kind of supposed to be Lovecraftian in nature and design. The lore behind them, I believe, was that they were experimented on by the Endless, or created by the Endless. I'm not sure which of those is correct. And trapped in cells and stuff at the bottom of the ocean. And now they've escaped with the rising of all these fortresses and geological upheaval of Arga's surface. Now, their traits... Their faction trait gives them the ability to disembark and embark freely. It improves the transport ships, which now that there's naval warfare, ships actually have power, like firepower, attack, defense, things like that. And transport ships also have those same stats, but these stats are the same stats as the units that are on board, but greatly reduced. And you'll see what I mean in a moment. It's a very large reduction. The Morgawr don't receive as much as a reduction as other people, so their transport ships have an advantage over the transport ships of other factions. And they start with the shipyard technology unlocked by default. Hydrophilic, this gives them industry and science bonuses on seas, lakes, and rivers. Rivers not as much as others, but ocean tiles and lake tiles, they add massive bonuses to the Morgawr's industrial capabilities. This basically means if you happen to start on an area with rivers and ocean tiles, you're going to have a very, very big early game advantage over other factions. They start with the Seeds of Descent as well as a faction trait, which this means they can actually return pacified hostile villages to being, well, pacified villages to being hostile, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if this works on converted villages like, from the cultists. But we'll find out in this game. We're going to have the cultists as a faction we're fighting against. Breaching Wave. This means that it's one of the faction techs that they can research. It gives influence bonuses on facilities and citadels of the sea fortresses. There's different kinds of sea fortresses. I'll show you as we play. But this basically just gives them an influence boost because converting factions back to hostile and doing a lot of other Morgawr stuff requires a good bit of influence. The most important things in this faction are going to be influence and I believe I guess food with industry as a side thing, because if you can expand fast enough, you're going to need a lot of food in order to support what you're doing, or in order to get the population to really take over, because your land units, you only have one and they're very weak. You'll have to rely on minor faction units mostly. Your land units, the mastermind, its health is its speed's subpar to sort of represent how it's slower on land but faster in water. That includes rivers. And its other stats are just sort of really bad, honestly. But it is still a good unit. And I'll show you what it does once we're in game and I can access the unit creation screen. You get the Morgawr main quest. That's pretty standard. And you start with, like it said, you start with the shipyards unlocked. Cat's Paw, you can take control of roaming armies or fleets. That's why you need a lot of influence, because not only can you convert villages back to being hostile, but you can take control of any armies they spawn. So, I did a gameplay of this a little while back on my own, and I was depacifying a bunch of villages in enemy empires. And what this did is that as soon as they were depacified, they'd instantly spawn their armies. So I had a ton of influence at the time, so I just depacify and instantly take over the armies and just swarm these cities until they died. Really powerful ability there. Sea traders, they get big bonuses from any sort of ocean trade routes, especially ones, let's see what it says actually. Plus 100% bonus from ocean control on sea trade. Some technologies are modified. Era 2 technology, Imperial highways cannot be researched. Era 3 technology, cargo docks is moved to Era 2. So that means the cargo docks tech, which gives a big industry boost to any sea ocean tiles. I think it's like adds 10 industry to each sea or ocean tile. Or maybe lake tile too, I'm not sure. Basically any coastal tile, it gives 10 industry to, which stacks up very quickly with the Morgawr. And the black spot, that it unlocks a diplomatic declaration called the black spot, where you can give a black spot, kind of like in Pirates of the Caribbean, to another faction. And what this means is that any other faction besides that one that kills that faction's units will get dust for doing it. So it provides an economic incentive to attack other factions for the Morgawr. And their other two units are sea units. The first is the Leviathan, which is a submarine unit, which I think it acts mostly as a tank, honestly, but it works well with slaying other submarines. See, Submarine Slayer 1. And the Vor. This is a powerful unit. It is a frigate. It's basically a much more powerful frigate, and you don't usually get frigates until you can't get frigates until Era 2. Now, the Vor has a sort of acid spray thing, which I'm not really sure how it works, honestly. I'm going to have to look at that again, because I haven't been able to figure it out yet. And they start with aquapulvistics, which gives them dust dredgers and dust filtration to milk all of these ocean tiles and river tiles for all the dust they're worth. So we're going to select the Morgawr, and our enemy factions are going to be the Broken Lords, the Allies, since they're one of the other DLC factions. If we're going to go with DLC factions, I'm going to also add in the Forgotten. Then we will add in the Ardent Mages and the Cultists. And we'll make the Cultists a nice purple color. There we go. Everybody's a nice different color. World size, we're going to just go with normal, 4 continents, and regular shape, temperate, average, normal. Yeah, standard stuff, 6 empires, normal difficulty, normal game speed. I can play hard difficulty, but I want to go on normal with this because I've played a bit of it. I played a good bit of it, but I haven't played the latest update, and there's some new things that I haven't really messed with yet. One of which includes a massive fucking sea monster that apparently roams the oceans. Really excited for that! Not. Oh, so we're going to start the game. And I'm going to actually cut this part out, this loading screen for the most part, because my computer takes a very long time to actually load this shit. Yay! So yeah, I'll see you guys again once the intro is over, actually. I'm going to just let the intro for the Morgawr play, because I haven't actually seen it yet. So there we go. I'll see you then.
Luckily for Ri'leh, they sleep. We didn't understand them. Didn't even know where they came from. We couldn't control them. So in desperation, we contained them. What if they break free? With that power, hatred, and paranoia. Then Ri'leh will weep, as she has never wept before. Tears enough to fill the salt seas.
Well, that certainly didn't look good for the Arga. Huh. I guess it's pronounced Ariga. Ariga. Ariga? I've always pronounced it Ariga. So I guess Ariga. But yeah, that didn't look very good for them at all. And luckily for us, we're the Morgawr. Alright. Man, I'm digging this music. It sounds like a coming storm. Alright, so we start with a hero. The Morgawr heroes are very interesting. So they look like this barnacle-encrusted, I guess, islander chief, honestly, is what it kind of reminds me of. Kind of like a, what is it called? Like a Pacific Islander or something? Not really sure. Look at their skill tree. Let's see what they got. You got the Ancient Mariner. This gives ship bonuses, basically. This gives approval rating based on oceanic exploitation. So any coastal tiles give you approval, which is good. Empire approval is always good. More ship bonuses. Units with detection can see invisible units. So, and the detection range is equal to the vision range. Ignores line of sight. That means that the Forgotten are in some deep shit when encountering these things. They don't rely on eye of sight, and they can see through stealth. That is basically what the Forgotten are good for. Is their unit stealth. Bleh. And then they have Lord of the Sea. No negative effects from weather. That is powerful because weather right now, it is a big pain. It can be a big pain in the ass on the ocean. It's a very good system. I like it. It's solid, and it's dangerous in some occasions if you get hit by lightning, because that lightning will reduce the health of your fleets. It inflicts retaliation damage. Retaliation from the sky. For what? Nobody knows. And Shipbuilder increases the naval reduces the production cost of naval units in a city by 15% at level 1 and 30% at level 2. I'm sorry, my throat's a bit dry. That's why you'll hear me coughing through this video. And you got the standard stuff for the heroes. You got your generic tree, and you got the class tree. Bleh. And let's see. Attack range is 3. Hecatomb is what it's called. When dying, the targeted friendly unit deals damage to all nearby opponents. The damage is equal to 30% of the unit's life. That's cool. Amphibious reduces movement cost on rivers to 0.25, minus 1 normal movement, minus 1 battle movement. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the whole, they can't move very far. You gotta stay on rivers and stuff. It's supposed to encourage you to stay near the coast, because the Morgawr, based on what I read on the forums when they first got announced, the Ry'leh were focused on keeping things insular, or focusing on just your cities themselves, what's in them. The Morgawr are focused more around how the cities are shaped, where they're located. That's their strength. Coastal cities is what you want to go for the Morgawr. Like most factions, you would settle a territory further inland because of the industry it could give you, because of the forests, or the dust because of the deserts. The Morgawr, they would settle the region across like a channel or an ocean instead, because of the bonuses such a territory could provide. Slowdown, yeah, that's pretty standard based on weapons. Fortification boost 2. If Governor, plus 20 fortification per hero's level on city, plus 1% fortification per hero's level on city. That's good. Influence efficiency, that means it'll give you more and, yeah, give you more influence. I thought it might make influence cost a little less because it says efficiency, but whatever. And then Spying 3. There's only one other faction that has Spying 3, and there's only one faction that has Spying 4. The Forgotten are Spying 4. Spying 3, I think is the Ardent Mages. Don't quote me on that. So we're just going to exit out of this. Go ahead and look at our units. This is the Mastermind. It's basically the ability things. It's basically the same thing as the hero, except for... Actually, no, I stand corrected. It's really not. But it has Amphibious at the range of 3, and it's much weaker. But yeah, you get the idea. True Sight. Ignores line of sight, can see invisible units within its range of vision. So yeah, it basically is the same thing as the hero. And it has a thing called Bloodlust. Plus 30% damage for 2 turns on friendly target. Plus 30% initiative for 2 turns on friendly target. Plus 2 battle movement for 2 turns on friendly target. And minus 50% life for 2 turns on friendly target. So... it's a trade-off for life or attack. See, it's okay. It's good for getting in there and converting those minor factions back to being hostile, that's for sure. And it's good for defending cities as well. So if we close this, we look at our new techs. We've got the Vor, and I think the Leviathan's over here. Yeah, Leviathan's right here. And these are the new ships. These ships belong to a new minor faction called Fomorians, and we'll see those in a moment, but they occupy the fortresses and citadels on the ocean. You have 1 per tech era up to tech level 3. No, tech level 4 actually, I think. Let me just check. No, it is up to tech level 3. So you start with these boarding vessels if you aren't the Morgawr, because the Morgawr start with their own naval units as a part of their faction. These boarding vessels, they're pretty weak, but they move very quickly. They're good for taking on artillery ships. These frigates, or fire ships in this case, is what they're called, but their unit model is obviously called a frigate. They are for taking out, they're like all-rounders. They're good at everything, but they're, what is it? What's the saying? They're okay at everything, but a master of nothing. And they have like an area of effect attack where they spray fire around them, similar to the Vor's acid spray. And if we go over to the artillery ship, these are powerful, and here's why. The artillery ships are the ranged sea units, and they deal a lot of damage. And they can be converted into like broadside attacks by attaching certain items to them, like cannons instead of like harpoon guns, or something like that. I'll show you guys once I've researched it. However, they can actually get trebuchets, is what they start out with, and they can siege coastal cities, providing help to land units. It can be really powerful in certain situations, and it's a good counter to the Morgawr cities, which are almost always going to be on the coast. I say almost because if there's like a big collection of rivers inland, you could also go for that and have it based inside the land mass. Then you got the bathysphere. It's just a submarine. It's I'm not really sure where it fits, honestly. It's kind of just I guess a surprise attack unit. It's meant to help but not actually kill. It's a support unit. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start with our tech. What do we want to choose here? I think we'll just start with seed storage like I usually do. Or cultivation is what it's called. We've already got aquaplavistics. Then we'll hit Mill Foundry and the Vor. And Public Library. So, we got to find where we want our city first. Aren't any rivers here, that sucks, and we've already got one of the factions over here. That's the Ry'leh. That's going to be interesting, because they also start with boats. Yay. We can't really fight the Ry'leh up front, so this might be a problem. Okay, do we know what our output is going to... Ooh, that food output is crap! What's going to be over here? 4 food, 14 industry. Aye. 3. Yeah, looks like our food output's just going to be crap this game. Alright, so we're going to make our city there. And you know what? We are going to name this city... Yeah. I think it's pronounced Ry'leh. I don't think you can use like commas and stuff and apostrophes. So yeah, Ry'leh, I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know a lot about Lovecraftian stuff. I only know a very minimal amount, unfortunately. But yeah, I guess that's going to be our naming scheme. So we're going to assign our hero to city. Morgawr heroes, they are best on cities, I think. They're good on naval fleets, but with the city approval thing, you'll be leveling them up as the Morgawr a lot, thanks to the industry bonuses from ocean tiles. Oh yeah, new tech, coastal batteries, which will provide retaliation damage against ships sieging you from the sea. Say that 5 times fast, Start with the Founders Memorial, and we're going to send our troops out as a... you know what, we'll just divide them up into 2 armies, because these guys are pretty weak anyways. Ooh, we started with... what was that? Hernas. Orcs. Having archers is going to be a nice addition. Okay, you guys going to move this way. Oh yeah, because they don't suffer embarkment penalties and they get movement bonuses on water tiles, they move really, really quickly across oceans. So the Morgawr, you're going to have to watch out for them if you're not playing as their faction and you're moving across the seas. Because they're always going to be faster than you. Into our first turn here. This is aside from the food, this is an okay start. Usually packing 2 anomalies into your city is a good thing as the Morgawr because of the industry and dust bonuses and any bonuses really, but mainly industry. Food is very good as the Morgawr as well because you need that population. Alright, new faction quest. Morgawr awakens, darkness, moves heads, limbs, presses out, grabs, crushes, twists. Breaks weakened bars, shatters cracked glass. Morgawr moves. Freedom, after uncountable years, flees the structures, the caves, into the water, too cold, too dark, hides too many enemies, too many memories. Freedom. Morgawr moves in the darkness, finds others, so few. Rises, seeks the light, seeks air, land, fire. The forge, walls, weapons, these are strange images, memories. Morgawr remembers the time in prison, asleep but aware. The horror of immobility, impotence, imprisonment. Must breathe the air, use fire, build and conquer, spread across the world. Never to be imprisoned again. Never to let a power survive that could imprison. Never to be the weaker. Morgawr grows. So yeah. Summary, the Morgawr have awakened and destroyed the places that held them prisoner. To continue their war for freedom, they need stronger cities and better armies. Exploit at least one sea tile with one of your cities, and research the Vor unit technology. The reward in this game is 15 emeralds. So you can complete the first few stages of their faction quest fairly quickly, as I've been able to figure out. The Vor units are easily able to overpower the Fomorian units at the beginning of the game, because they don't really get frigates till maybe 20-30 turns in. They start with border ships, and since the Vors are basically frigates, they just sort of tear through Fomorians and easily take over fortresses. That was the last time I had played this game, however. I don't know if this new update has changed that. So we're going to find out. That's why I queued up the Vors so early. I usually don't go for the first combat unit in my normal playthroughs, but that's because I usually go for the level 3 combat unit once I get Arrow 2. And then I grab the first, as the Broken Lords, I'll grab Riders early, but other than that, of course, as the Broken Lords, their units are really powerful anyways. Not having rivers is going to hurt us because we won't be able to spread out as quickly with our units, because they can't move as far over land as they would the ocean. Oh yeah, ocean ruins. These are cool. They're like the remains of sea fortresses. The thing is, the rewards are actually better than normal ruins, as I've found. However, when you search them, you have to put a ship on top of them and then use a dive action instead of a search action. What this does is that you get the reward for searching the ruin. However, you lose all your remaining movement points. And this can hurt you, because if there's a weather cell moving towards you with lightning storms, you could get your ship pretty banged up if you're not careful. Alright, so we're going to end this turn now. Dust output, we're good. The food output, again, is going to hurt us. We won't be able to get another population unit for 3 fucking turns. So, yay. Okay, cool. We can go ahead and buy out the Founders Memorial. We're going to do that. Okay. Our minor faction is Kazanji. I do not like Kazanji. They're a pain in the ass. So we're going to try to pacify them early. Oh, there's a river up here. Yeah, okay, cool. So, that region might be a good one to colonize. What is the... More Kazanji. So we've got Kazanji in 2 regions. That means... Oh, that's good. Because while I don't like Kazanji, they do give an influence bonus for each village pacified. So if we can pacify the village in that region, we can get a fairly good influence bonus going. Go ahead and queue up the dust filtration. And... in turn. This first episode is honestly just going to be getting situated and me explaining some of the Morgawr stuff, really, and some of the stuff added by Tempest. So don't expect a lot of gameplay from this. I'm gonna cap it off maybe around 35 minutes, and yeah, you pretty much get the idea. At least I hope you do. So we're gonna. Once you've got your region explored as the Morgawr, you really want to just go ahead and send your units out to the ocean, because it'll take too long for you to go inland to effectively actually get new stuff. That's a Fomorian, by the way. They're fucking robots. Booyah! I mean, If I've ever seen any remnant of the Endless, that's got to be it. And I would love to see a return of the Fomorians in Endless Space too, if, in some form, because those are really cool machines. They're really nice looking. I love their design. All right, new quest added. Precious wealth. There is tension in the air again. I'm sorry. Let me restart. There is tension in the air again. This Fomorian captain is angry and aggressive, for his son has gone missing at a ruin rich with treasures and artifacts. He would see both his son and the treasures returned home, though it is not entirely clear which one is more precious to him. Not all Fomorians, it seems, are kindly and benevolent. Bring ships and eager hands to help the youth in his efforts. Perhaps the lad's strange father will see fit to reward you accordingly. Maybe they're not robots. They can have babies. Maybe homunculi? Maybe it's armor. That's very odd. Anyways, a summary. Bring transport ships to the ruin where the captain's son pursues his quest for treasure. Treasure is heavy, and boats will be useful. Bring it back at least 3 embarked land units to the indicated sunken ruins, and you get 5 titanium. That's not too terrible. I mean, it's free titanium for a relatively cheap cost. Where's this ruin located? Okay, yeah, it's the same one. Should have known. Where's my other land unit? It is over here, so we're going to go ahead and keep sending you a little further inland. Once we reach this river, we could ride it all the way to the beach, or the shore, coast, whatever you want to call it. Alright, seed storage. You're important. We're going to put you ahead of that. We're going to intern. Yeah, food, not having enough food as the Morgawr, like I've been saying, and I'm going to say it again, not a good thing. You need population in order to take advantage of your industry and science and dust bonuses. Ah, there we go. First sign of weather right here. You see the lightning strikes going down, lightning everywhere. I should not have moved near it. That is a whole lightning cell. Now, based on what I've seen so far, as you can see here, you zoom out and you see weather effects on the map. That up there is actually seaweed on the ocean. And that seaweed is going to slow you down and reduce your defense. And it's a really big cost if you go on top of that seaweed. It's not cool to go through this stuff. That lightning is going to cause massive amounts of retaliation damage. I've had it knock down about 1/3 of the health of everything I've had hit by it. And that's for each strike. It can kill you. And these cells seem to move from west to east. So, I just moved my ship straight into the line of fire, and they also seem to move one movement cell at a time. So, yeah, I'm going to move my ship back out of there. Oh, yeah. These fortresses. These sea fortresses here. Why can't it... Dude, just let me move on to the freaking thing. These sea fortresses... Each of these new... the oceans are now separated into actual regions that are named. And if you conquer every sea fortress in that region, in that ocean region, you get big bonuses first off for owning these sea fortresses. Especially as the Morgawr, thanks to the influence bonus from that one ability. Or one technology, I think it was. Yeah, it's a technology, Breaching a Wave. You get influence bonuses from that. But you also have these facilities that give you they can give you luxury resources, stockpiles, which is good. New technologies, I think. I don't really know the full extent completely, but those are just some of the things they can reveal for you. And these facilities are opened up as you progress through the eras. So you might start out with some luxuries revealed, and then hit Era 2 and have some titanium revealed. Or I think Era 3 you get some palladium, and you get these facilities will reveal these strategic resources and luxury resources and stuff about the time you would unlock them in the eras. I don't know about the stockpiles, though. I haven't actually had the chance to get that yet. So, you control every one of those fortresses. You get control of that region. You'll get bonuses to sea trade moving through that region. You can garrison naval units inside of the fortresses in order to intercept incoming fleets, or, just keep them there, or to even heal them up after getting hit by lightning, for example. And you can rename the ocean region after you control the entire thing. Not sure if this means that other people can rename it afterwards. Well, actually, yeah, they probably can, considering you can do it with land regions too after you take over a city. That being said, God, lag. Well, not really lag, but, you know, just a bit of a frame rate drop there. We're going to end our turn. We're going to get our new population unit. Fucking finally, we're 6 turns in. That's not actually that long, but considering that I've had population in 2 turns after settling certain areas as the Morgawr, it can get pretty insane. These bonuses they have are crazy, I'm telling you. Very powerful stuff. Go ahead and queue up Burrow Streets. I'm actually gonna have that. I'll put it here. Go ahead and move these units forward. I want this searched. Nothing. Okay, that sucks. Ooh, gold. Alright, we're going to get these guys out onto the open ocean. Okay, 2 Kazanji villages. That means... I don't really know what the bonus is. I think it's like a 0.5% bonus, so that's 1.5% added all together. That means we get 1.5 times more influence. That's a lot. We'll send these guys back through here. Go ahead and zoom out and see how the weather's looking. I just went straight on top of a lightning tile. Fuck me. What? Oh. Doesn't matter, I still moved right on top of a lightning tile. That sucks. I did notice earlier when I was playing a little bit that it seems like you can move through facilities now. You couldn't do that when this was first introduced, and I actually prefer it when you can't do that, because it's kind of stupid to me that you can move through the facilities. Alright, so we're set up really well. Population is slowly increasing. We've got siege storage queued up, and we're slowly exploring the oceans. We've got our region revealed, and we already have a faction to target with our armies and our mind control powers, the Ry'leh, right across the channel from us. I'm going to cut this video here. I've had a lot of fun recording it. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like below or even subscribe. I'll see you next time, ready and waiting with more.